I think the world is a very funny thing. I worked on my previous history video for a couple weeks on it, and I want to say I started on it about 3, 4 weeks ago, and I uploaded it about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. I know on this channel it says it was uploaded, depending on when this video goes up, right? I'm planning on having this video up maybe a day or two after my first video in history. So I'm recording this on the 25th of May. My video went up, I believe, on the 25th of May also. But actually, I uploaded that video a week ago, maybe two. I ran into issues with YouTube. It kept getting taken down. It kept, just not working. And I finally am able to figure out what was wrong. I upload the video again. I'm happy. And then, like, a few hours later, fucking the official Twitter account of history, the official YouTube channel, right, of Light and Films, they post a new teaser for history, which it's just so funny. It's just so funny that I worked on this for so long. I was talking about in my video how I'm not sure when this is coming out. I'm guessing spring. I believe it's spring, 2027. But no, it's gonna be winter 2027. Which I did also mention that in my video, if I remember correctly. So we're just gonna go over all that, right? So first things first. Yes, they uploaded a new pretty much a trailer is what it is. And on this trailer, right, we get to see a lot of stuff now, right? Like, it's not just Yumin's walking now and we get to zoom into his face. Like, we actually get to see a lot of other stuff. And, if you read the manga, you know that it takes place still at the very beginning. The first, like, what, like 7 to 10 chapters, right? Like, up to those chapters. And it looks good, man. Like, what I said earlier in my other video about how I felt like it was going to be a passionate project and I had a really high hopes for it. I think I was just proven right. Watching this video, watching the animation, um, like it's very fluid. The lighting, right? The lighting, especially when you see the cat pop up, when the characters are walking around, when they're like talking next to a tree. I know it's nothing big, but like if you've been watching shows like Invincible, which I've been watching Invincible recently because the season just ended not long ago, that show fucking sucks when it comes to lighting animation too. So when you see something like this, it's just so fucking cool. And you know, in this teaser in this trailer, really you see a lot of stuff, right? Again, you only see up to like chapter 7 or 10. They don't go too far into it, which again makes me happy. It makes me happy. So, however many episodes we're gonna get, they're not gonna rush through it. They're actually gonna take their time, which is very, very, very good. Which I'm very happy about. And we see a lot of characters here, right? For one, you see Yumin's when he was younger, when he was a kid. I'm not gonna say spoiler stuff because I know a lot of people have not read the manga. So if you're watching this because you're like, oh, what is this show? Don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil shit. But yeah, you see Yumin's walking around as a kid. You see some of his friends. What are the names? It's it's been a while since I read it. I forget their exact names, but he has three friends, right? Three kids. One of them. Wait, give me 1 second. I can get it real quick. I can get it real quick. 1 second, please. All right. One of them is the girl that you see him with. They're sitting at the tree together. They're holding hands. They're talking. Her name is Periara. She's a daughter of a wealthy family member in Cardia, so she's a higher up in the man. What do you call it? Higher up in the wealth status, right? I guess you could say that. And you also have his two other friends, Nico Jeans. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try my best to get these Greek names and pronounce them right because some of them are very hard. But you got to be still different, right? He's the big, he's the big dude with blonde hair, and then his other friend, probably his closest friend, is Tomites. And I believe we also see him in the trailer just for a little bit. Like I said, we see the girl more. We see Periara more in the trailer, but these other characters, they're still there. And you also get to see Yumin's father and Yumin's his older brother, which are both named. They both have the same name. Hieronymus. Yeah, Hieronymus. Yeah. So his older brother Hieronymus, and then his father Hieronymus. We see them in the trailer. They're talking to him. They're doing stuff. I I think his mom is also there, which her name is Terracilla. I think she also pops up in the trailer, maybe for just a little bit of a split second, not for much, but she's definitely in there if I remember correctly when I watched it. I watched it a couple times. Yeah, she's in there. Even if it's just for a second, you do see her. And man, from this trailer, the show looks good. The animation looks fluid. The art style looks good. It looks just like Hitoshi Waki. Again, the the lighting with the parts looks really really good. Sorry, with the animation looks really really good. And some notable parts in this trailer that I noticed. There's a lot of them actually. One of them is the I guess you would say the choreography, where you don't see it for too long, but you see Yumin's fight his older brother Hieronymus, right? Like a little boxing match, and you see him punch him, and it looks really good how it's animated. You get to see the dream sequence, which again I'm not gonna spoil it, but at the very start of the show, Yumin's just gonna have these like dreams, these nightmares, and the way they're showing these nightmares, it's like a flashback, which makes sense if you know the story. And they only show it for like a couple seconds, but I do like how these nightmare sequences look. So I can't wait to see it, entirely without like it being skipped around, because it is a trailer. There's another scene where Yumines is sitting with Aristotle and his apprentice, and the camera just goes from up to down, and you just get to see the scale of the world there. And again, it's very beautifully animated. I love it. And I think that might be. Oh no, there's one more part. One more part. Towards the end of the trailer, we get to see a very interesting, very quick part, right? And it has to do with the slave Thrax from the very beginning of the story. You see there's blood in Yumin's face. He's staring at somebody, and this person staring back at him. And you see, just in a split second, this person starts slashing people. I think it even seems like he's slashing a kid at one point. It's very, very gruesome stuff, and very well animated too. And some of the panels, like there's one shot where it's a bunch of dead bodies in a room. It's like, if you blink, you'll miss it. It's like there's a bunch of dead bodies in the room. It's exactly taken from the manga. And something I really liked, from the scene is that when towards the end of the trailer, you see Yumin's looking at him, and you see the combat through the reflection in Yumin's eyes, specifically his pupil, and it just looks so good, man. It looks so good. Everything about this trailer just reassures me that we are gonna have a really good adaptation. It looks beautiful. The music sounds good. The voice actors sound pretty good. Yumin's voice actor, which I will go more into it later, because like I said, I'm gonna cover everything because they posted more stuff on the Twitter account. They posted the voice actor who's gonna voice what characters, and I did some research on them. I knew some of them, so I will talk more about that later in this video. But it's looking good, guys. It's looking real good. I'm very excited for this. I'm hyped for it. And I'm seeing people on Twitter actually talk about it. Like I see tweets with a couple hundred likes talking about it. So something good about Twitter. Twitter nowadays, because Elon took it over, he fucked it up. It's become shittier than it already was. But something good that he did is that if you like something on Twitter, even if it's niche, right? If you like, I don't know, like fucking balloons, right? You see balloons on there, you start liking balloons, you're gonna get more tweets about fucking balloons. And I started liking all the new history stuff that was coming out, and eventually I started getting a lot of history stuff on my feed, which makes me happy. And a lot of these tweets have hundreds, even thousands of likes, right? So the hype is building up. People seem more interested into this, so I'm excited. I'm really excited. Oh, one more thing. Another shot I want to talk about is well, actually 2 shots. One, it's the military outside. I guess you can call them the military. It's when, Yumins gets to Cardi and there's a bunch of army men outside. Of course, it's only shown for a second, but I do like that it's not CGI. They actually animate all these soldiers. I'm sure once we get the anime and we get the first episode and we see them, there will be a lot of CGI there, I'm guessing, because it's a lot of soldiers. There's no way they're going to draw them all, unless they're crazy, which I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that. I think that would look cool. But it's another cool shot in this trailer. And the other shot is of the guy being tortured in the room. I forget this guy's name. I'll put it on screen when I look it up, but I'm glad they're. I'm just saying that I'm glad they're showing that shot, and I'm wondering when the series actually starts. Right when we get episode 1, if they are gonna start it with the torture scene that we see, in the first few pages of the manga, or if we're just gonna start with Yumins. I think we are gonna start like that, but I'm just curious. But yeah, that's all I have to say for the for this little trailer they put out. I really like it. Again, I'm gonna repeat myself. Animation looks gorgeous, very fluid. Art style, amazing. Looks just like Hitoshi Waki's own art style, and they're really going all out. Like I said, again, that ending scene where you see that guy in Yumin's pupil and you see the reflection is so beautiful. And I never realized this because I've only ever read history once, all the way through. Every now and then I'll pick it up and read like chapters that I really enjoyed, right? But I only ever read it once all the way through. That's also why when I start my series here on YouTube, I'm excited to do that because I'll get to revisit the series again and maybe see some stuff that I forgot about, especially since I'm gonna go into in depth and actually like try to study the actual historical facts, right? But this teaser, this trailer, I keep saying teaser, sorry. This trailer really made me realize the parallels between this. I believe they're called. I believe they're Scythians. I think they pronounce it Scythians, right? The slave people of the Greeks had. All right, not entirely. Again, I don't know too much about Greek history. I just know that in the manga, they're slaves, right? But anyway, Scythians. They're like barbaric. Anyways, Scythians, right? I never noticed this parallel, sorry, and it's something that I really love about animation is that sometimes there'll be a parallel that you just don't see while reading or don't notice it until it gets animated because they either show it in a better way or it's just because they have more chapters to work in one episode, so you see it more clearly, right? And like I said, at the very end of the trailer, you see this Scythian guy, Thrax. He's fighting, and the way he's fighting, the way he looks, and the clothing he has. Again, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but if you read the manga and you're caught up to where like the story quote unquote ended, with the hiatus, that looks a lot like Yumin's. It looks a lot like Yumin's, and how he was moving and fighting in those chapters. So I just wanted to point that out. I think it's very cool. Once it's just such a cool thing that I did not notice. I don't know if it was a direct parallel or a call to that, but like, it's just cool. It's just cool. But yeah, that's it for the trailer. Like I said, they put out a lot of other information. They put out new visuals. They updated the website, which I did record myself on the website before it got updated. Like I said in my other video, but I couldn't get OBS to work, right? So I'm gonna have to do it in a different way. But I am gonna cover the website in this video. We're gonna go over the voice actors, the characters, the character art, the new visuals they put out, not just for the show, but for the characters, because they drew a lot of the characters and they put like different poses for them and they're looking different ways and a little description for them. So I'll go over all that. I'll go into in depth in the voice actors if I'm able to, if I can find information about them, and yeah, I'll just talk about it more. So that's pretty much part 1 of this video. I'll see you guys in the next part where we talk about the voice actors and the character designs. Okay, so hello everybody. This is part 2 of the video, and in this part we're actually gonna go through the website. Like I said previously, earlier in this video, I did make a video on the website when it initially came out, or when I initially made my video. So the website looks a little different now. If anything, I think it kind of works out that I waited or that it didn't work out, because now there's more stuff on the website to talk over, right? And on this part of the video, I'm gonna show you around the website. It's very well made. I'll show you some of the characters on here that they added. Some of the voice actors are gonna voice act these characters, and just read around it, right? So just a heads up, the website is in Japanese. I am using Google Translate, as you can see here, to translate it into English. So it's probably not the best, and I already read through some of this myself. It's kind of iffy at times, but it gets the job done, so it's not that horrible. So to get on this website, all you gotta do is look up historie.info, and you'll be sent here, right? And the first thing you see when you're on here is this very beautiful illustration, right? You scroll down. It's, well, before you do that, like, it's nighttime, right? The sky is beautiful. You have the moon. You have the buildings in the background, and as you scroll down, you see this like destroyed building. I almost said burned. Might be burned. It looks more destroyed to me. And you scroll down and you see Yumin's here, right? And he's reading a scroll. Like I said in my previous video, he's a bookworm. He's a scholar. He loves to read. He loves to learn. It's a big thing with his character. He's a very smart person because of it. And you have other scrolls that he has here. He's got his bag. He's got the globe, which I don't know why he has that, because Aristotle's supposed to have that, but I think it's just a visual. And then you have a little cat over here just chilling. And something a detail that I really like about this visual, if you look at the back, right, you have a woman doing like stances. So she starts over here on the left, and then you move towards the right, and she's also over here. She's moving, and then she does a different stance over here. It looks like she's slashing at somebody, and you see somebody here being probably hit by her sword. And then another stance over here. Now, of course, if you don't know nothing about this manga, about this anime, this is from the dream sequence that Yumines will have in the show. Again, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna say who she is or what all this means, but I think it's a very cool visual that they added, and I really like it. But yeah, you scroll down, you see the full image. Again, very beautiful. I love how it looks. A lot of details on here. And then you scroll down, and when this website initially came out, you only had one video, which was the initial teaser that came out. But now that you have the other new teaser, trailer, whatever you want to call it, I call it a trailer, they call it a PV, whatever the fuck that stands for, right? You have it on here, right? And you can click on it and the video will start playing. But we're not gonna do that. We already saw this many times, but I think it's cool. And then you keep scrolling down and you have news, and it's very well organized. The oldest ones, the oldest news is at the bottom. You have the dates on the side. Like this is May 25th, 2026, and this was posted here on January 1st, 2026. When all this initially came out. We are gonna go over all this one by one. And you keep scrolling down, and you have this thing that says introduction, and it says on here, 4th century BC, Eumenes, a young man of vast knowledge and culture, meets the great philosopher Aristotle. And I'm gonna have to pause this real quick because my dog is crying. So 1 second, guys. Okay. Very sorry about that. One of my dogs came to my door. She wanted to come in. We're having thunderstorms over here where I live, so they're scared. But anyways, I'm just gonna start over. So, 4th century BC, Eumenes, a young man of vast knowledge and culture, meets the great philosopher Aristotle, and together they set out to the city of Cardia. It was Eumenes' homeland and the place of his quote-unquote beginning. God damn, the thunder's hard. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Probably not. Raised as the second son of a noble family, Eumenes displayed extraordinary talent from a young age. Not only was he well versed in Greek literature, but he also possessed keen observational skills and judgment, earning the respect of the adults around him even at a young age. However, an incident that occurred in Cardia forces Yumines to confront his own destiny. Sailing, wandering, and new encounters, this is where the long journey of Yumines, who will later become Alexander the Great scribe, begins. Scribe, secretary, whatever you want to call it, right? So I do like that they don't spoil anything. Of course, they have Alexander the Great here, but again, people know who that is, so no spoilers here. But I like that they don't spoil anything. You just gotta read it and go with it, right? So very cool. You scroll down more, and you have the staff, right? You got the original work, Hitoshi Waki, and the manga was serialized on Kodansha after a new magazine, like I said in my previous video, animated by Light and Films. And then you have the cast, but we're not gonna go through this right now because if you keep scrolling, they have this very pretty thing here on the website, this visual here where you have all the characters. You can click on them, it'll switch to them, and you'll have art, the voice actor, their names, and a little description about them. It's very, very cool. I really like it. We're gonna go one by one, right? So first up, we got Yumines, the main character, and the description is a young man who identifies himself as a foreigner and sets out for his homeland, Cardia. He possesses not only deep knowledge and great wisdom, but is also remarkably calm and adept at assessing situations. He is also well informed about the political situations surrounding the Greek world. And you have the art for him here. Like I've always loved this kind of stuff. Like I love buying art books that show the character, right? They show how how the character looks like this, and then like different poses they have, different facial expressions. Like I love this kind of stuff. So I hope once this anime is over, I hope they sell like of course a DVD, and also I hope we can have like an art book. I would love an art book of this. I love this kind of stuff. But a few things to note, right? So Yumines is gonna be voiced acted by Nobunaga Shimasaki, and Nobugama Shimasaki. He's actually done a fair share of roles, right? He's actually pretty well known. He's done Mahito from Jujutsu no Kaisen, and he's also done Yuno from Black Clover. Two very popular series, and I'm sure if you guys are avid anime watchers, you know who those characters are. So he's done those before. And a really big one and a really important one, he's also voiced at Shinichi from Parasite, which is crazy that he's gonna be in two series of Hitoshi Waki's, right? And some people might say like, oh, why would they have the same voice actor? It might take away from it, but I don't think so. I'm not saying anybody's saying that. I'm just saying like having the same voice actor in the same series might be a little like weird, I guess, but I like it, and I think it really works because if you read Parasite, like, and I mean like read it, not watch the anime because the anime is good, even though it skips a lot of content and they change some stuff around. The anime is good. Something though, and very very unfortunate about the anime is that they really change Shinichi's design, right? And towards the end of the anime, he does look a little bit more like his manga counterpart. But if you read the manga, you know that Shinichi looks exactly like Yumines. Like they have the same face, same hair, same structure, same body. Like they look exactly the same. And to me, them being voiced by the same person, it just works perfectly. Because I remember when I started history, I was like, this is just fucking Shinichi, but instead of Parasite, he's in history. But once you get reading it into the character, and the character ages and he looks a little bit different, he does look different from Shinichi, right? So I think this is perfect. And the voice actors themselves, they also put out a statement. I'll share that with you guys later. I'll try and find it. I'll post it on the video because for some reason it's not on the website, from what I can see. But there is statements from them, and I will read them to you after all this, right? Actually, wait. I might read them right now, just so we can go one by one. So 1 second, let me just pull them up real quick. Okay, I'm back. So I do have the image of what they're saying. I can't show it on screen. I think I'll edit it on the video and show you guys the original image. It's gonna be in Japanese, but don't worry, I'll read it in English. So the voice actor for Yumin Shimasaki, he said, and I quote, "I'm truly happy and honored to be entrusted with the voice of Yameen's in history. Since the disappointment when things don't work out can be huge, I usually try not to think too much about these things. But when it came to Yameen's, I strongly felt from the time I was reading the original work that this role is mine. I'm also truly honored to be involved with a work by Mr. Hitoshi Iwaki. It is without a doubt a wonderful series, so I hope everyone will enjoy it." So you can tell that this voice actor Shimasaki, he's very excited to voice this character, and it makes sense. He also voiced Shinichi in a previous work from Mr. Hitoshi Iwaki, and like he said, he's very honored. He clearly has a lot of respect for Hitoshi, so I expect this character to have really good voice acting in Japanese. I think he's gonna do a good job with it, and I just like that he says this role is mine. Like the fact that he says that he tries not to be disappointed because sometimes he won't get the role that happens in acting. So the fact that he's like, this needs to be me. This is me, and he actually got it. I'm very very happy for the guy. So amazing, it's amazing. So I'm happy he's the voice actor for Yumin's. All right, so we're gonna go next to the next character, and this is his older brother, right? This is Yumin's older brother, Hieronymus. We got a little extra here for him. Yumin's older brother. He is something compared to the academically gifted Yumin's, because not a spoiler, but of course Yumin's, as you saw from the artwork at the very top, he's a scholar. He likes to read. He's a bookworm, so he's a very smart dude, smarter than his older brother. And his older brother is voiced by Ryota Suzuki. And Suzuki, right? I looked them up. They have some good roles they've done before. If you've seen Love Is War, they voice Yu Ishigami. And if you've seen Witch Watch, my bad, Witch Watch, they voice Morihoto Otogi. So they have some notable voices in their career. And this person, of course, they also had a statement that they put out when they got a cast, and their statement is, let me just get it for you guys. So, it's I think it's a good statement from the voice actor. So they said, "My name is Shun Suzuki." Okay, just okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about the pause. It's just that it's okay. I think it's right on here, so I might have the wrong name on my phone, so I apologize for that. So we're just gonna go with the name on here, Ryota Suzuki. They said, "My name is Ryota Suzuki. I will be voicing the older brother, Hieronymus. The feeling of living in a setting before the Common Era, something I've never been familiar with until now, feels fresh, and I'm approaching the recording sessions with excitement. This work develops in ways that are difficult to predict, so please look forward to the broadcast." So we can tell that this person, he's very excited about this. He's never done an era like this before in his career, so I like that. He's excited, and he's probably gonna be very passionate about it. All right, so the next person we have here is the father, right? And his name is also Hieronymus. And another, just a little excerpt here. He says he is Yumin's father and a powerful figure in Cardia. He is a noble. He's got a lot of money. He was one of the first to recognize Yumin's talent, and that's true. Like when you read the manga, when you watch the show, he respects Yumin's a lot, and he knows that he's a very very smart kid. And he's gonna be voiced out by Kazuya Ichiho. And Kazuya Ichiho, he's done some notable voice acting roles before us. So he's done Breed from One Piece. I never seen One Piece, or at least I never really got far into One Piece, so I don't know who the character is, but his name is Breed. Of course, any character that I'll be naming before and after, I'll put him on screen, so that's what I'm talking about. And he also voiced Saphira from Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha. Never heard of that show, but that's who he voiced. And of course, just like every other one of the voice actors, he put out a statement. And Kazuya Ichigo said, let's see what he said. It's a little statement, but it's still a good one. He said, actually no, actually no, he put out a lot. My bad, my bad. I was reading the wrong thing. He said, I played many father roles before, but I think it's a rare to find a character who possesses both such a strictness and kindness at the same time. He's a stern father with a commanding presence, but during scenes where the family gathers together, I kept leaning towards a softer performance and ended up getting NGs, which I'm guessing it means he was doing retakes because of it. After that, the scene I had to practice every time was the one where I call out the name Hieronymus. Well, it's quite a difficult name to pronounce. True, like a lot of the names are very hard to pronounce. So I'm happy not only the voice actors. I'm happy that even though I'm struggling, it's nice to know the voice actors are also struggling. So it's not just me. It's not just me. It's everybody. But okay, okay. Next character is gonna be Terracilla, which is the mother of Yumin's. Little little things they say here. Yumin's mother. She loves Yumin, so recognizes talent. I wish they would put more. It's a little sad that the woman character just has like two sentences and that's it, and it's just like just loving him. But there's more to her character. There's more to her character. So this is just a little extra. So don't worry about it. She's a good character. She's a good character, and she's gonna be voiced by Yuko Kaira. And Yuko Kaira, she's done again like everybody else some notable works. She is Sukuyo in Gintama. She is Claire Redfield in the game Resident Evil, which is very, very cool. The Japanese voice actor, of course. And she also voiced that Sylvia, Sherwood, and Spy Family, which is a pretty good show. So she does have notable works as well, and a video game role, right? Which so far, out of all the voice actors we've read so far, at least from my research, I'm sure they've done other video games themselves, but this is one that has like a big role with Resident Evil. So I thought that was very, very cool. And she also left a comment, of course. She said, "As I let my thoughts wander through the distant history of time before the Common Era, I read through this grand work with excitement. Telesilla has lovingly raised Yumines while carrying complicated emotions within herself. I hope I can portray these inner conflicts well." And I like that her quote or what she said uh, adds to the character more than just this. So very, very cool. I'm sure she'll do a great job voice acting Terracilla. So I can't wait to see that. And I'm gonna have to pause one more time because another one of my dogs is fucking crying. We're back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. It was my one of my dogs, different dog this time. He was outside and he was crying, but now he's laying on my bed being a little cutie pie. But okay, next voice actor, right? Our next character and voice actor, we got Karan. Very important character. I really, probably one of my favorite characters in the series. You don't see him a lot, but I love this character so much, especially his backstory. He was a slave who served the Hieronymus family for many years. He often acts alongside Yumines and follows him faithfully. I mean, you'll see that in the first few episodes. You even see it in the teaser, in the new teaser they put out. And he's being voiced by Wataru Takagi. And Wataru Takagi, I was looking into him. I couldn't find too many stuff about him, but he did voice act Genta Kojima in Detective Conan, which is a very popular series. So that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But and then the voice actor Wataru Takagi. Sorry, trying to pronounce this correct. He also, of course, put out a statement, and he said that the voice actor said Charon has a deep connection with Yumines. While carrying feelings of self-reproach, he still supports him, and I found it enjoyable to portray these complicated emotions through my intentions with Nobunaga-kun, which is the voice actor of Yumines in the series. The parasite Shinichi's voice actor. That's what he's talking about, and it makes sense because these characters do share a lot of conversations together, especially early on, so makes sense. And then he also said, "I wonder how everybody will perceive it. I'll be happy if you enjoy it." I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it. Like, again, I've mentioned this before. This really feels like a passion project, and I like that all the voice actors are very passionate about this. So it makes me very, very happy. So I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. So next character is this guy. How the fuck do you say his name? Hecatius. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm probably butchering that name, but sorry. I don't know too much Greek. I'm gonna get better. I promise. I'm gonna get better. But uh, I'm not gonna say much about this character because things happen with him. I mean, things happen with all the characters, but if you're the manga, you know. So we're just gonna go straight up to the insert about him. So it says he was a close, confidant of his father, Hieronymus. He recognized Yumin's potential more than that of his mediocre brother, Hieronymus. Right? Pretty basic things about him. So he's being voiced by Satoshi Suroka, and I couldn't find characters that he voiced, or I couldn't confirm them, right? Like I saw online that apparently he voiced Gassiv Stranov from Overlord, good anime, and Joseph Joestar, which I'm guessing just that's what do you call it, JoJo, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm not sure, but the thing is that I couldn't confirm it, right? I couldn't confirm it, so no idea. So I couldn't find much information about this person, but I hope that he's a good voice actor. I'm sure he's a good voice actor, but I just couldn't find more information, other roles about him to tell you guys, so you guys can, get a good glance of his potential, or what he's able to do. So that's just unfortunate. But of course, he also left a comment. The voice actor Satoshi, and he said there was a world here that could not be understood with only a level of knowledge I once learned in history class. Through the characters living within the original work, I was finally able to feel the vivid atmosphere of that era as if it were alive. I hope everybody can experience that feeling as well. And I think he's completely right, because when you read history, right? Because something about like reading like actual history, it can be boring at times, right? Because not a lot of things happen, and most people focus on the big stuff, like there's so many fucking people that talk about World War I, World War II, and that's all they fucking know. That's all they fucking they know that, oh, this war that happened during this war, sorry, this battle that happened during World War I, this battle that happened during World War II, and that's not really history. That's not really being a quote unquote historian, because a lot of these people, they call themselves historians, even though they get all this info from fucking YouTube videos, and they just memorize random battles, the tanks they use, these certain helmets, guns, like that's not history. I'm sorry, but that's really not history. So I agree with the voice actor saying that it's well, he's not saying that history is boring. That's me saying that, but I'm saying that there's parts in history that are just not that intriguing. So by having characters like this that make the story pop, you have a lot of emotion and feelings to this. It really makes you want to learn, and it actually helps you learn. So that's what he's trying to say. That it really helped him understood the knowledge that he was understanding when he was learning history, like learning the stuff in history class, right? So that's awesome. So this voice actor, he looks pretty cool, pretty cool. Then we got Thrax, right? So Thrax, it says on here, a slave of the Scythians. He is bound in handcuffs and leg iron and abused by his master, who runs a money lending business. And again, I haven't really talked about it, but I know I talked about it at the beginning. But again, I love the art style. I love all these different expressions they have, emotions. So it's so cool. And of course, you can see he's chained up, like they said in the description. And he's going to be voiced by Henri Katsu. Henri Katsu, somebody that I myself, I don't really know. Again, I couldn't really find too much information about him. I saw a post that said that he voiced Rock in Black Lagoon, but that's not true. He was voiced by a different Japanese voice actor, so his information was scarce. So I still think he'll do good. I'm sure all the voice actors are gonna do good, but just letting you guys know that I couldn't find much information on this guy, on Henri Katsu. And let's go ahead and just read what the comments that he said. And he said, "I've loved Mystery Walkie's work for a very long time. so I was very happy when I heard about being cast in this production. Awesome. This work is a historical piece, but I was deeply moved by the profound humanity depicted within it. I also found great appeal in the pure heartedness of Thrax, even amid cruelty. And that's true. Like this character, once you see him, like, and you'll see him very early on, he is very interesting, especially his mentality. Like once you get to see how he thinks, how he acts, he's a very interesting character. And then he ended his comment by saying, "I hope everybody fully enjoys the world of the series," and we all will. We all will. Like the world building in this show is fucking phenomenal. So that's Thrax and his actor Henry Katsu. So we go to the next character. Here we got Aristotle. So it says on here, a great philosopher, representative of ancient Greece, while being pursued by the Persian Empire, he met Eumenes, and together they set out to travel from Asia to Europe. And he is being voiced by Sugo Mogami. I think I'm better at pronouncing Japanese names than Greek names because, I'm a fucking weeb and I watch anime since I was a fucking child, so I'm hoping I'm pronouncing them right. I could be pronouncing them wrong, but it's at least probably better than my Greek pronunciations, right? So, anyway, so Sugo Mogami, right? Um, Again, when I looked him up, not a lot of information. I just saw that he narrated some stuff. He did some additional voices, and oh no, not my battery low. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll fix this. All right, I'm back. I fixed it. Sorry about that. And I'm very sorry if this video is not perfect. Like I'm not really reading off a script. I don't really have bullet points. I'm just going with the flow since I'm just recording my screen. So I hope it's enjoyable. And if not, I do apologize. And next video that I make, I won't do that, or at least I'll have it be more scripted. So thank you. But anyways, so yeah. So I read all that. This is Aristotle. And like I was saying, when it comes to the voice actor, it says he did some narrations for like documentaries and stuff. But other than that, I can't really find much information about him. But again, I trust that he's gonna do a very good job. And of course, let's read his comment that he left after being picked to be Aristotle. So he said, "I originally had the image of Aristotle as a simple philosopher, which I'm sure a lot of us do. However, in this work, more than just a philosopher, he also comes across as an astronomer and a physicist, truly the father of all learning, a man who loves knowledge. I myself am a huge fan of history, so I'm very happy to be able to participate in it." So, again, a lot of these voice actors, they seem to be fans, or they seem to have a lot of respect for Hitoshi Iwaki, so that's good. It's always good to have people that are passionate about a project, because it very likely means that it's going to be a very good project. So, next person is Pereira. I think is how you pronounce it. She's one of Yumin's friends when they were kids. And her description says, the daughter of a wealthy family in Cardia, she is a friend of Yumin's and has been close to him since childhood. And this is just how her character looks. So she probably should have done this with the characters, but I think you see enough just by seeing this much. So still good. And she's being voiced by Miki Carilla. So when it comes to Miki Carilla, again, I couldn't really find too much information. Apparently, she did some supporting roles in Detective Conan. She did some additional voices for One Piece, like supporting roles, and also Pokemon. So I think she's still trying to get into the world of acting, voice acting. So I'm happy she's in history. Maybe she can get finally her foot in and get bigger roles. And of course, let's go ahead and read the comment from the voice actors. So Miki Carilla said, the Piera I had the opportunity to portray experiences both joy and sorrow in their relationship with Yumin's. I myself faced the role with all my heart so I could stay close to her wavering emotions, which is very good because there's a lot of emotional stuff that happens with Piera and with Yumin's. Again, if you watch the teaser, the trailer, they show them quite a bit together in that teaser and trailer. And she continues with, I would be very happy if everybody enjoys the story while also paying attention to the changes in Piera's feelings. And that's true. Like she changes a lot. I'm not gonna say more, but I like that the voice actor is also very into this, so that's good. Next character, and by the way, all these last three characters are all like very close friends to Yumins. They're all kids. You got Nickogenes, Nickoguns, Nick, Nickogenes. I'm gonna say Nickogenes, probably wrong, but whatever. So his little description says, a friend of Yumin's who attends the same school. He's well built and has exceptional athletic abilities. He's like the ringleader of Yumin's group of friends. And that's true. He's a big dude. He's very strong. He's very powerful. So makes sense. That's his description. And he'll be voiced by Fujiwara Seiyu. And Fujiwara Seiyu, like, again, couldn't find too much info on him. I saw that he voiced a lot of he did a lot of voices for video games such as Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, even Tekken apparently. Again, couldn't confirm it. I was trying to look everywhere but couldn't confirm it. And you know, for all these characters that I can't confirm, if anybody actually knows whether or not what I'm saying is true when it comes to whether on the ones that I couldn't really find information on, you know, let me know in the comments if you would like. If not, then we'll just take it with a grain of salt. But apparently he did voice acting for a lot of video games, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, of course, the voice actor, just like all of them, and I'm sorry, I repeat myself a lot, he also left a statement. And the statement says, let's see. Okay, he said, when you means is with Nickogenes and the others, he seems a little more like an ordinary boy his age compared to his usual composed demeanor. And I'm guessing he means that like Yumines drops his like guard, right? He can be more like a kid instead of having to I don't know how to say, but like act more mature. I guess he can be more immature with his buddies, which you know we all did that as kids, so that makes sense. And then he continues his comment with that in mind, I approached the recording hoping to portray Nickogenes as someone Yumines feels comfortable being around, and that's awesome. I'm glad he took the character very into heart. So, last character, probably the second most important in his friends. Honestly, probably the most important if I really had to say. You got Tomides. I can't say it, sorry. So, a friend of Yumin's who attends the same school. It says on here she. That's wrong. He's a male, so he has a mature side, as evidenced by his ability to sense the relationship between Yumin's and Pereira. So he, again, another one of Yumin's friends when he was a kid. He's gonna be voiced by Junja Inoki, and again, hard to find information on this person, but apparently he did Yuji Itadori introducing Kaizen. I think that's true. I'll have to double check. I'll let you know in the video. But yeah, that's one of the important character that he voiced before. And his comment for the series was, I already liked and had read the original work before, but I felt the series was incredible because while it doesn't ever explain the character's psychology, their emotions still come across very powerful. Very true, very true. I think Tomides is both a good friend to Yumines and also someone who can view the bigger picture objectively. Please look forward to the broadcast. And you know that was his comment on this. So that was all the characters. Sorry if that took me a while. Sorry if I repeated myself a lot, but I just wanted to go through each one of them. And again, I think it's so beautiful that this website, it's so simple to use, right? You can just go on here, click a character, look at art of them, images, their voice actors, and I just love it, man. Like, again, this feels very passionate. This whole project they're doing with history. I'm just showing some of the stuff since I know I didn't really scroll with some of them, so I'm just showing it. Okay, but okay, that's the characters and that's the voice actors, right? So if you keep scrolling down, you have here that says comics. It says history, serializing condensed chapter magazine, where you read that, the voice actors, and they have the volumes 1 through 12 in the manga here. They are now on sale, so I guess if you press here, you open a link, you can probably buy them. Of course, probably Japanese only, but that's fine. But okay, I believe I mentioned this also in my other video, but I just love the art Hitoshi makes. And usually when it comes to manga, there's very few series that I really like the volumes, right? Like Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul, like I love Tokyo Ghoul, and every single volume cover looks fucking beautiful. And then you have series like Attack on Titan, where I'll be honest, I don't really like the volume covers. I think they look pretty, I think they're cool, but they don't really capture the essence of those chapters in it. But that's just my opinion. Maybe I just don't like what's it? Fuck, what's the Attack on Titan's name guy? I forget his name, but maybe I just don't like his art style too much. But when it comes to history, I really like the art style, and I just love how each volume looks. You can tell what's gonna be about. You can tell what characters are gonna be in it, and they just look beautiful, man. Especially this, I love number 6. This is Alexander the Great, by the way, in the manga. And then you have this one, which is, I'm sure everybody's seen this image of Alexander the Great. So it's very cool that he used it for a volume cover. And then you got a battle happening here. You got Yumines looking older here. Alexander the Great, and then Yumines again, looking a lot older, probably getting to his late 20s. So very cool. I really, really like that they have all the volumes here. And I just love how the volumes look in general. I believe they're only out in Japanese if you want to buy physical copies. If you don't, if you don't speak Japanese, um, I think a year or two ago, maybe 3 years by now, history did start getting translated into English officially, and it's by this. I forget their name. I'll put them up. I'll put them up on my on the video, but it's by that publisher, and they're doing it in English. So if you want to support the official release in English, I'll link the website in the description, and I'll put it on the screen so you guys can look it up. They're the ones that do the official English translation, and I believe there is also an Italian official translation. I could be wrong. I think there is, because I think I own Volume 1. I think I bought it, so I don't know how the fuck the Italians got it before everybody else, but whatever, fuck them. I'm joking. But okay, so just to finish off the website, again, super beautiful website. Oh, wait, real quick. The very bottom says special visual archive, and if you had gone to this website before we got the next trailer and everything, this is the image you would have seen at the start of the website. Because you know how when you go on the website, you see this image, right? This visual, which again is very, very gorgeous. Yeah, very gorgeous. You would have seen this one, which is just Yumines. I'm guessing leaving Cardia. There's Cardia in the background, and I'm guessing over here is where him and Aristotle came from, and his apprentice on the boat to get here. I think I could be wrong. And you had this, very beautiful visual. So I'm cool. I'm happy they're keeping them here. So even if you miss it, I'm sure we're gonna get more visuals as more news comes out. So I like that everything's down here. Very, very cool. Anyway, so let's finish this off with the comment from the original, from the author, right? So this came out January 1st, 2026. I didn't talk about this in my initial video, so I'll talk about it right here. So it says here, a comment from the original author Hitoshi Waki has arrived. A giveaway campaign for signed illustration boards is also being held. The giveaway ended on January 12th, I think, January 13th. I, of course, I went into it. I didn't win. Whoever won this is very lucky. Like, they got to win this signed drawing by Hitoshi Waki. I would love to own something by him like this, but unfortunately I didn't win. But some lucky fan got it, and I'm very happy for them. I'm a little jealous, but I'm very happy for them. So here we got the comment from the original author Hitoshi Waki, And it says, I would like to express my gratitude to everybody involved in the production of this anime. The concept for the story was born more than 40 years ago, and the drawings began to take shape on paper in a small studio about 20 years ago. Now, I would like to wholeheartedly celebrate the fact that it is being brought to life by the hands of so many people. And it's just a little comment, right? But I think it's so cool the fact that history apparently, it came to his mind 40 years ago, right? It's 2026. I was like in the 80s when it came up. It came to his head, and about 20 years ago, I think the series came out like in what 2003. He started working on it and stuff. So it's cool to know that he's been thinking about this for a very very long time. And again, I'm hoping that the anime does amazingly. So this story that he created can be finished, if not by him, drawing it, hopefully by the anime. I would love this so he can rest and have this very old, like 40-year-old idea finally have a conclusion. So I would love that for him. And just down here is the whole thing about Twitter and the giveaway, because the giveaway was on Twitter. See, to commemorate the decision to adapt the series into a TV anime, we've decided to hold a giveaway campaign for an autographic illustration board by Hitoshi Iwaki. One lucky winner will be chosen at random from those who follow the official Twitter account and repost these designated posts. So somebody won already. Oh, January 12th, so I was close. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the website. I don't think there's anything else on here that I can talk about. I talked about the staff, the art, the visuals, the comment of Hitoshi. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am gonna have a third part to this video where I just talk about just some stuff that I saw on Twitter, because not only did we get the characters here and the description and a little excerpt from the voice actors, but we also got a little extra stuff on Twitter from some not all of them, but some of the voice actors that have Twitter accounts. So I'll go over that in the next part and just talk more about what more information that came out, because a little bit more information came out about history and also about parasites. So I'll see you guys in the next part. Thank you for watching. Hello everybody, welcome to the third and last part of my video. And there's not really much to talk about now. Like I said, I was gonna read the comments left by some of the voice actors on their official Twitter account, but not a lot of them left comments, and the comments are pretty short, so I'm not gonna read them. I will show them on screen as I'm talking right now, so if you want to pause the video and read them, you can go ahead. They'll be right there. And if you're going to ask, how do I know those are the actual voice actors? I know that it's the actual voice actors behind those accounts because the official history Twitter account, they retweeted those, right? They retweeted every single one of them. So that's how I know they're the actual people and not like a bot account or a parody. So like I said, they'll be on screen. Go ahead, read them. They don't add too much more stuff to what they're saying. Like most of the stuff that already was already addressed in the comments they left that I read earlier in the video. And also, like, this video is getting like very long, and I don't want to I think we're close to an hour, and I don't want to make you guys stay here for a long time. So I'm not gonna read those. They're on screen. Go ahead and read them yourselves. But I do want to mention a couple of things. When they're gonna have a Parasite exhibit in Japan, they're gonna show about 400 original drawings from Hitoshi Iwaki that he made for Parasite. So if you live in Japan and you're able to go, it's going to be at the venue Hokoyama Coast, and it's going to take place from June 6th, which is a Saturday, 2026, all the way to June 21st, which is a Sunday, 2026. So it's going to be there for about 3 weeks, it seems. I wish I could go, especially because the next part that I'm going to read is very cool. You can buy tickets in advance. I'll have the website in the description. I'll have everything I showed in this video, the voice actors, where I got their information about characters they voice. It's all going to be in the description, like always. I like sourcing stuff, so if you don't believe me, or maybe I got something wrong and you want to double check me, you can go ahead and check the comments, and if I'm wrong, let me know. I'll take it out, or I'll add something new, depending on what it is. But yeah, if you're a big fan of Parasite and you live in Japan, or you're gonna go to Japan soon, there's gonna be an exhibition there, which is awesome. I wish I could go. I remember when they did the Berserk Memorial exhibition, I really wanted to go. I was hoping Berserk's a big series. I was hoping it could get brought over to the States or maybe even Europe. Like I wouldn't mind going to Europe to go see it, but it never did, which is unfortunate. And Parasite, I don't think it's gonna come to America or even Europe. So it's a little sad, especially because if you're able to go to the exhibition, they're actually gonna sell merch, and of course Parasite merch and stuff. But not only Parasite, they're also gonna sell merch for history. So like the history's not even out yet, but there's gonna be merchandise for the TV anime of history. So again, if you live in Japan, I recommend you go. They're gonna have a lot of cool stuff. It's gonna be a cool exhibition, probably a lot of fun. So everybody, go ahead. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to history. That's pretty much the end of my video. If all you wanted was just history stuff, you can go ahead and leave. I'm gonna be talking a little bit more about other stuff, but that's it for history, right? So, a few things I want to say here at the end is that I am gonna make a lot more videos. This video, I just finished recording everything. I'll probably edit everything tomorrow, and if I'm lucky, I could upload this by tomorrow. And tomorrow for me would be it would be the 27th. I doubt it though. It'll probably all be uploaded by the 28th. Just because I work kind of like a weird schedule. I'm night shift, so I get home at 6, I sleep, and then I wake up and if I have the time, I'll edit everything. But I doubt I'll finish tomorrow. So this video will probably be up on the 28th, and something that happens on the 27th is Dragon Quest Day. And if any of you guys are a Dragon Quest fan, it's gonna be a very big thing because it's the 40th anniversary. And again, when this video comes out, the Dragon Quest Day, it already happened, right? So I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for it because it's the 40th anniversary. I'm hoping for a Dragon Quest 9 remake, but I'm not gonna dive too much into it because I'll make a Dragon Quest video. Like, what's gonna end up happening is that you'll get this video the 28th, hopefully, and then after that, probably on the weekend, you'll get a video about me talking about the Dragon Quest Day and what was in it, if it was good. Like, if it was like boring and didn't really show anything, I'm not gonna bother making a video about it. But if we get like gameplay for Dragon Quest 12 and maybe even a Dragon Quest 9 remake, I'll definitely talk about it. So expect Dragon Quest videos from me. Like I said in my initial video, it's not just gonna be anime, manga. You'll see video games, maybe some psychological stuff. Maybe I'll talk about like a documentary or like you'll see a lot of stuff on my channel and not just this stuff. So please subscribe if you're interested in more stuff like Dragon Quest. And something else I want to say is that Berserk, my favorite manga, I love this series. It is coming back. It's gonna come back on June 12th, which this video should be out way before that. So when Berserk comes out, and it's supposed to get 3 consecutive chapters, one on June 12th and the next two probably a month or two later, after the next chapter. So I will be covering those. I will be covering Berserk probably until it ends. If we get an ending, hope we get an ending. But yeah, so just letting you guys know that I have ideas for this channel. I'm gonna cover some Dragon Quest stuff. I'm gonna cover some Berserk stuff. I plan on doing collabs with some of my friends and some other important people like Samuel. But yeah, just a lot of plans for this channel, and of course, don't worry, my history videos are coming. Maybe once a week, because like I said, I do work and my job is pretty draining. I'm not gonna lie. I work a warehouse job, and sometimes I'm just fucking tired. And it's summer right now, and it's hard to feel motivated to do a lot of stuff. So, but I'm gonna try to do a history video, the manga history video once a week, and maybe in between those videos you'll get a random video of me talking about like Pokemon, Berserk, maybe a new manga that I found, or just something random on my upload. So I'm just telling you guys what else you can expect from my channel. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a comment if you want to talk about something, if you want to tell me something. Again, criticism is welcome. But yeah, just if you don't want to comment, just leave a like, just so I know at least some people are watching and are enjoying my video, and subscribe if you want to. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. very long video. So if you watch it all the way through, I really appreciate it. Take care, of course, like always. Just take care of yourselves. Get some good sleep, drink water, and just try and be happy, man. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.